So how do you really differentiate between a real Ray-Ban and a fake one? One, it's got this logo etched onto the frame. Second, it's got nose padding with RB branding out here. And third, it sounds like this. A real SUV has this and this, and it sounds like this. And this right here is the most authentic SUV in the whole wide world, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. And the good news is, now it's made in India, which makes it a lot more affordable than ever. So, should you be excited?
Well, we surely were excited, but the restrictions did not allow us to properly road test the Wrangler. We ended up shooting the SUV on the outskirts of the city in a restricted property. However, the Jeep with its unmatched road presence still managed to grab a lot of eyeballs. In the red shade, the Rubicon looks menacing, especially with those apocalypse-ready tires. Well, it's big and American, so no surprises on that front. Everything on the Wrangler Rubicon feels special, and the cabin too has a very rugged quality to it. Of course, it's all very functional, so space is at a premium, but the doors and the roof can be detached, and the windshield too can be folded down. Now, we could not really experiment with it all due to lockdown restraints, but more on that later. 270 horses and 400 Newton meters is enough for the off-roading escapades, but what surprises you the most is the engine's refinement and the acceleration on tarmac. Well, it's not a sports car, but expect it to do 100 kilometers in less than 9 seconds. The ride is slightly bouncy thanks to the tall suspension, and being driven on knobbies means road noise is pretty high, but there's nothing that you wouldn't be able to live with. The USP has to be its off-roading prowess, obviously. The Rubicon glides over ruts, potholes, gravel, stones and boulders even. It's so effortless that you cannot really push it to its limits in regular conditions. If you really want to see it in action, I would suggest that you head to YouTube and watch Rubicon trail videos. With the sway bar switch, you can literally disengage the links and let the wheels do their own thing, achieving mad angles like this. There is so much off-road trickery that you would be left exploring for days. The Desi version is limited to 200 units in the first lot, and considering the Wrangler's cult status in the off-roading circles, expect it to sell like hotcakes, literally.
The Wrangler range in India now starts at about 54 lakh rupees. The Rubicon right here costs about 58 lakh rupees ex-showroom. That puts it in the mix of about BMW X3 and the Land Rover Discovery Sport. Now, unlike the other monocoques, this is not going to be as comfortable on the road, but when you come off it on a trail like this where we are today, there's nothing that's going to come close to the Rubicon. But if you still want a Wrangler and you are not going to go off-roading much, may I suggest that you go for the Unlimited, which is still a bit road biased. Now coming back to the Rubicon, this one keeps going where the pseudo SUVs stop. And that has its own advantages during the pandemic. I mean, who doesn't want to get away from the people? And don't even get me started on the bragging rights. Well, some things in life are priceless after all.